Damn, I hope you can hear my mic now. We're gonna have mic trouble already. Damn it, man. This pisses me off when you can't hear my mic. You should be able to hear me. I hope. Oh, I think it's working because I heard it. Hopefully it's working. I'm waiting for Corina. If not, I'm probably just gonna talk all by myself. Well, because I'm trying to talk about this podcast and raise awareness, but she should be here at 6. And I'm very excited because she's gonna talk about intake Yazi. So I hope y'all can hear me. Let me get on and test my mic real quick. Oh, can you hear me? Oh. Hello?
I can hear you now.
Oh, great. That's great.
Who was that?
How
I don't
are
want.
you? Ellie,
I'm pretty
stop.
good. Can't complain.
You said you wanted.
That's good. So, I would like to welcome you to our weekly podcast. And I would like to also thank you for sharing with us anything that you feel like you want to share. And you can start wherever you want and you can share as much as you want.
Okay.
Okay.
Who was that?
So,
My friend, go sit down.
let's let's start at you were at CCA, yes?
Yeah, at the Grants Women's, I think it was New Mexico Women's Correctional Facility.
Yeah. At what year was that?
Mm, I got there in 2013 and I got out in 2015.
Okay. Okay. I think I was there at that time, yeah. I'm always there at that time.
I
Um
was in RDC for like 2 months and then I RDAP the rest of my time.
okay. I'm all okay.
But I worked in the kitchen for a long time.
Yeah. I'm all maybe hey, after you could talk about the kitchen after. Just kidding. Who was your supervisor, lady?
It was a short little. Oh, what was her? I'm so burnt. It was a short little lady with the small little glasses.
Um oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. I know which one you're talking about though.
She was like
Is it
real
Willie?
short, and she
Is
was
it Willie?
no, and she was native,
Oh yeah, I don't remember her name, but I know which one it is.
and her glasses would polarize.
Yeah,
They were always like if she had sunglasses.
yeah.
I forgot her name. But whenever I was working there, they walked two of the kitchen people out of the men.
Mm-hmm.
They walked them out because they were being inappropriate with the inmates. Go over there, Sari.
I'm all wow.
I forgot what their names were. It was like this really big guy. He was native, and then this other tall, skinny guy. He was like the kitchen staff that ran
Oh,
the kitchen. They weren't COs.
yeah.
But I remember a new lady came in to manage the kitchen. She wasn't a CO, I don't think. And then they ended up walking off those two kitchen staff.
I think I kind of remember that happening a little bit, but because I was there at that time that you're saying that, but hey, and I
Yeah.
remember the tall, skinny guy.
Yeah. And then there was this really big guy. He was big. I forgot their names. I'm so burnt.
I remember the big guy's name too. Was he a little cross-sighted? No, I'm just kidding.
I couldn't tell you. It's been such a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was like a past life.
So tell me about your intake. Tell me about your intake.
Well, I already explained it through text message,
Oh wait,
but
no wait. I want to ask you first this because where were you in county at?
in Cruces.
In Cruces, okay. So hey, the Cruces girls stick pretty tough. So I'm assuming that some girls that would come on evaluation, they would be like, hey, so and so, this is gonna happen, and whatever, whatever. So did you have like maybe an idea of what the intake was gonna be
Be
like?
quiet. No. I'm trying to remember if there was anyone at that time
Dancing.
who told me anything. God, it's been such a long time ago. Um, no, I can't remember.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. And then when you got there, what was your experience?
Um, it was just how I explained it. Like, so we drove up there. It was forever. Um, And then I went with one other girl. So it was me and one other girl, and then the rest were guys. So we dropped off the guys first, and then they took me and Lydia, I think Hernandez. Was that her name? Lydia. Her first name was Lydia. They took us. Stop! You scared her. Give me that. Go over there, Sarai. You scared her. Don't do that. And then so we did it together. Like they strip searched us one at a time, and like the portable. We went into the portable first, and then that's where they took our stuff. They asked us our time, like how much time do we get, and then they wrote it down, and then they took all of our stuff, even my hair tie. I had left my hair tie too. Like I remember I was so like just nervous. It was so new to me, you know, and I was just nervous, like didn't really know what to expect. And then they strip searched us, took everything from us except our Bible. We squatted and coughed, and we bent over and coughed. It was two. It was intake Yazi, the bigger one, and then the other one that did the intake. I think they were related. They're both.
Was it Diaz or because Yazi had a girlfriend who worked there, and then she would strip search with her, and then she had her mom. Yazi's mom also worked there. So if it was an elder lady, it might have been Yazi's mom.
You see, I can't. I know she. I think it might have been her girlfriend because she was short. She was a little bit. She was shorter than Yazi.
That's Mrs. Diaz. Yes.
And she was big and had glasses.
Yes.
And she had glasses with like a big fat like native face. And then there's Yazi with her freaking hair all slicked back and balding in the front and their little bangs.
Mm-hmm.
And so they stripped us. They made us squat and cough, bend over and cough. And then we finished up there. They gave us state issue. We went to that room. We went inside the facility. We went into that room that looked like an office. We took our picture. And then that's whenever she was doing my fingerprints. And then you know, like when someone's like doing the chicken dance and they throw their elbow out. Well, yeah. That's how I can explain it. Like she threw her elbow out at me and like elbowed me to move. She was like, move. And I don't even know like what I was doing wrong. She like
because she's very forceful when she does the fingerprinting. It's because I remember that very specifically when you said that. I was like, oh, if you don't go fast, she starts acting real crazy because she wants you to like go like fast, you know what I mean? And if you're not getting it like right there that minute, I could imagine she was probably getting pissed off, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I didn't freaking know, you know what I
mean? Like, no, that's just that. Well, she should have never even done that but that's how she gets, like, I don't know, real crazy. She must have something because I remember she told me something when I did my fingerprints too, but I can't remember. Maybe like I wasn't doing it fast enough.
She wouldn't even talk to me. Like I don't remember her having a conversation with me, but she did elbow me like that and push me over like with her elbow. And in like a forceful way, you know, and she was like, move. And I was like, oh my God. And then just right now when I was making dinner, I was thinking about it. And I was like, I wonder like if I would have looked different or like had like a different demeanor, would she have done that? Do you know what I mean? Or like if she did that because she could see that I was like nervous and scared. You know what I mean? Like if it would have been one of the loked out girls, like all like she wouldn't have done it, I don't think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because I didn't go there with like I don't know, like I wanting to be all like a badass, you know what I mean? Like that's not really my personality. Like if I'm taken there, you know what I mean? Like I'll do what I gotta do, but I don't go like all acting crazy, you know? But whenever that happened, I was like, what the heck? Did that really happen? Because, you know, the CEOs in county, they stay away from you. They don't, you know what I mean? They give you your space. They talk you down. And, you know, whenever I got there, like, she was, like, all ugly to me. I was like, dang.
She's very aggressive, very, Oh, I don't know. I feel like she wants to intimidate you, make you feel like I don't know. She's very. It's a very ugly feeling that you leave that room with. I don't know how to explain it, but it kind of feels like a little violation because she's all looking at you, and I don't know. When she stripped me, she was like so close to me, man. I could almost feel her breath on me,
Oh
and
my gosh.
even I know one of the other girls was like, "I remember that." Because I guess she's different, like with everybody, right? But she was like right on me, and I was like, dang. She strip searched me one time in a bathroom by myself, and she's Yazi. After a certain point, she got a pre on her, and she was not supposed to strip search girls. She was never without another person being present. She had
Oh
had so
wow.
many complaints on her that they moved her to the visiting. That's what Miss Gwen was talking about. There was a lady before you, a special guest, and she was talking about how Miss Yazi was removed in the strip search room for making females feel uncomfortable.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I
and they
think
had her
I remember that.
in the visiting room. Remember, at one time they only had her specifically in the visiting room because she
It's my
would deal with
friend.
families, not with inmates, because she had had so many complaints.
Oh wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, but so I went to that room and Lydia was in the next room and we were by ourselves and we had all our state issue, like our seven, like our bras, our outfits. And then they separated us in RDC. And then I remember they asked who like what we wanted to do, and I wanted to program and get as much time as I could off my sentence because I had a 3-year-old son at home. So I wanted to get my GED and I wanted to program like the RDAP. And then in my JNS, it said that I had to do a rehab. So I was like, well, I'll just do RDAP since it's a rehab. So I remember we were in RDC for 2 months, and then they sent us to RDAP from RDC.
Oh, well, that's good. Did you do your GED?
I did.
Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you because you got the 4 months.
Ouch. Ow, Sarai, what the heck? Why are you doing that? Give that to me. Go over there, because I'm on the phone.
Go get it, baby. Go get
And Sarai. She was pulling my hair with like these plier things. It's because they're right here because I always lose them. So I left them on my bed and she was like, I don't know what the heck was thinking. So no, I didn't get 4 months off. I got 45 days. It was at 45 days.
They're supposed to give you 4 months when you get your GED because it's such a big accomplishment.
What? No, come on, you're not gonna cry when I'm on the phone. There's no reason to cry. Go with sister. Go. Bye. No, I don't want you in my room because you're trying to pull my hair already. So, whenever I got my GED, it was the year, remember, when they switched it from an 8th grade level to a 12th grade level?
Oh, yeah.
And nobody could pass it? I was the first one that passed it.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Yeah. And then after I passed it, people started passing it because they're like, well, she could do it. I could do it.
Right? I think that they was like a mind fuck, when people are like, the test is so hard or whatever.
Yeah, because they moved it from an 8th grade level to a 12th grade level. And Mr. Norris was my GED teacher.
Wow.
And I forgot the other girl's name, but she was in there for like 18 months.
Did you complete RDAP?
I did. And I got out like 2 weeks after. But I didn't program for like 2 months. So I was in RDAP for 2 months and then I didn't program for 2 months because they have to wait for like a new cycle. Because you know how like they have to wait for like cycle of the
Yeah.
weeks or whatever.
Yeah, and all that's dead time. No, just kidding.
Well, no, because it's 2 for 1. So
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
I was gonna get out either way. So
Yeah.
I programmed, I got my GED, and I worked in the kitchen.
Tell me about the kitchen. How did you like the kitchen? Did you see any crazy things? Well, because I know people that worked in the kitchen workers that were like, I mean, like, I know people that worked in there and they were like, I seen some crazy things.
Well, I know that a lot of people would go to that bathroom in the chow hall and do a lot of crazy things.
Oh, yeah. The girlfriends. Well,
Yeah.
because girlfriends live in different units and that's
Yeah.
where they go to have sex. Yeah.
Yeah, so they would do a lot of
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
things.
Oh, yeah.
They would do a lot of crazy things in that kitchen, but the most craziest thing I saw was just like packaging food to take to the units to trade for whatever.
You never seen no mouses? No, just kidding.
No, honestly, I don't know. I could have, but nothing sticks out to me. No, the only crazy thing I did see was that kitchen worker being all inappropriate with
You seen it?
I seen it. Yes.
What happened? Tell me. No.
What the heck? What the heck is her name? Lori.
Lori,
She's
which Lori?
she's a Cruces girl. With Lori, she kicked it real tough with Vero.
The white girl?
No, she was a Mexican. She was an older lady. She was like maybe like 40. Lori. She would wear a green shirt. I think she was in.
Her name wasn't Lisa? Lisa?
No, Lori. She was from Cruces.
I don't know which Lori.
I forgot her name. Lori. She would be all like rubbing herself on that big old fat guy.
I love it.
Yes, and he gave her his earrings.
What?
Mm-hmm. And then she got all ugly with me because I would talk to him all cool because he was cool. And then so she thought I was trying to like step on her toes or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, he gave her his earrings. That big fat guy.
Wow.
That was the most craziest thing I saw though. Just that. Like I couldn't believe
girls would package stuff to take back to their units in saran wrap, and then they would put it in their bra or in their coat. Well, because sometimes they would take them to get strips or they would pat them every time. When you leave the kitchen, you get patted down always.
Yeah, but if you take the trays, whenever they fill up the trays and then you put extra trays that aren't filled up with food. Yeah.
I know. That's how they smuggle stuff out of the kitchen. Like, well, because I remember.
or if the CO taking them, like if it was that big fat guy, because that big fat guy would take them, remember?
Yeah.
He would take them and walk them to the units. And so he would let them take stuff on there.
Yeah.
So I would always wrap stuff for Serna.
I think for Serna.
Because I was the diet cook, so she'll be like, "Hey, wrap this up for me." So I'll just wrap it up with this saran wrap for her, and she would trade it for pills or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Hey, like cool. Everybody wanted to work in the kitchen because it's like a little hustle. It's like a side hustle, right?
Yeah, because you could get everything.
You can once you learn the little movida, you can get anything. Like I know because I used to have certain connects that I would get stuff from the kitchen, like jalapenos and chilies and like red brown chili powder and flour,
peanut butter,
biscuits and gravy, peanut butter, the diets. I always knew the diet cook at every prison I went to because at the last prison where I was at Springer, her name. She's my good friend. Her name is Dolly, and she was oh my gosh, because I ran one of the clubs. I started a fitness club at Springer. You weren't at Springer, huh?
No, I stayed at Grants. They didn't do that until I think a year or two after I left.
Oh yeah, I think in 2016. I think is the year we moved.
They moved everyone, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I would see a lot of people pass stuff through the tray where you get your
through that little window. No, that little window thing.
They would wait right there.
Yeah.
And they'll pass it to people to take back to the units.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy, right? The cops are always watching that thing. I've seen some crazy things in the chow hall too, like people hiding stuff, or I seen them one time catch, like, I don't know, they had all kinds of jalapenos and I don't know what they were making. They were gonna kill all kinds of food in one of the ice trays. In, you know how, remember we used to get ice?
Yeah.
And they was
Yeah,
filled
that's
with all
true.
kinds. I seen a bunch of big busts like that. No.
Yeah.
But you see all kinds of crazy things, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's funny.
Yeah, the kitchen. All the kitchen at CCA.
Uh-huh.
So how did you think RDAP was? You did the whole program and you graduated. You never came out to population.
No.
Would you hear out about a lot of stuff in the population?
Well, I would go like whenever I would go to medical, or if I would program, like if I would go to like how they had real talk, or like if they had like stuff like that, like project etiquette. I think that came into the pod actually,
Oh
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
I went to a lot of things that they had over there in G Unit. Well, not a lot of things. Like we had intercessory prayer over there, and I think when we played softball, I would mingle with everyone.
Softball was fun over there.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah, I was on a team. I was on an RDAP team with Q and Cream.
Oh, I
Sil-
love Q.
with Silver. Yeah, I know. I can't
Oh
like.
my gosh, I love Silver too.
Yeah.
Silver's good at baseball. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
yeah, she's good at everything. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she is. You're right. She's good at everything. Silver?
Mhm.
She is.
But I didn't do anything else. In population, I would hear about like a lot of crazy stuff, but I would just be like, dang, that's crazy. Like, because like a lot of crazy stuff would happen too in RDAP, but then they would get kicked out and then they would go to population, and then the craziest thing I heard of was whenever that one chick came in from, I think it was MDC. She came from the streets or whatever. She came to prison, and then I guess they were sharing a needle in G Unit. And then she had AIDS, and they went and told G Unit, oh well, this person just tested positive for AIDS. She didn't know she had it, so
And
I was
everybody was all sharing that needle that she brought in with her. Oh my god, I remember when that happened. No.
I forgot that girl's name. Was it Nicole or Valerie?
I don't know. I don't
She was
remember,
like
but
she was like a mixed girl, and they were saying like they no one even wanted to beat her up because they didn't want to like swap blood with her. I remember
that's
that
crazy.
was,
Remember?
yeah, that was the craziest thing that I can remember that happened. I was like, dang, I ain't missing out on much over there.
Right?
Because
Yeah,
like I would think like, dang, they're having a good old time. Like when you
right?
hear all the stories, but then you hear stuff like that and it's like, yeah, nah.
I used to like to go because I had a friend in RDAP because our machine used to get wiped out. And I
Oh
used to
yeah.
always want them to go buy me a burger and y'all's
Yeah.
machines, because your machines always have food, because if
Yeah.
not, they get wiped out because the people usually don't let them be all selling stuff out of your guys' machines. But I have a friend who used to bring me a burger sometimes. All
I
those were
remember
the
that.
best burgers. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I remember that actually. They'd be like, oh, we're buying this for so and so. Well, no, you know what it was? Your machines wouldn't get bought out, they would get jacked.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. They would
That's
get
what it
robbed.
was. I remember they would get jacked. The machines would get
Robbed.
jacked and they wouldn't fill them up.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I'm all robbed.
But yeah, that's all I really remember.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to you for spending your time with me and sharing your stories, because I I think it was very important, your story with Yazi. I feel like you represent a great number of women who she did stuff like that to, and she intimidated them, and she probably abused her authority because she knew she could, because you were going into a fearful situation, and she was just trying to, be awful and ugly, and that's horrible. And at least we're on the other end of that, and we can look back and say we're better people, and we're have better lives now.
Yeah, definitely. I give God all the glory. I'm happy. That seems like such a lifetime ago. Like, I'm not proud of it, but I can be like, oh yeah, I went through all that, and I overcame addiction. I overcame like being in prison. I overcame like all that stuff. Like even my mindset now is so different. Like I think the recidivism rate was like only like 5% of people make it or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like super low. I know like the people who actually make it, and I don't know. I'm pretty proud of myself for being where I am today, and I give God all the glory for real for that.
That's right. I agree also, because a lot of girls do not come out and do not make it. One of the things that scared me when I was in, I would see girls coming in and out and in and out, and I'm like, why, what's going on? But
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. It's a mindset, and you have to keep that mindset. Do you know what I mean? You have to, and you did overcome something. You did something great. You overcame addiction and prison, and you're a great role model to your children, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you also. Thank you so much. And if you ever want to come on again and talk about anything else, or just listen or whatever, you feel free. We're live usually Mondays. We're trying to switch our Friday day, because Fridays is usually a busy day and not too many people are getting on anyways. So we're trying to switch that day. But other than that, we're going to continue with our 2 days. We have 2 days a week that we do. So any other time, if you want to speak about anything else, you feel free to join us. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.